Hi to the GRMA Advisory Board. This is Stephanie Fisher here. Thank you so much for joining us today and watching this short video. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for your support and contribution to help making GRMA such a success. We had a great show, a stellar conference in April, and I appreciate all of the wonderful feedback and testimonials. We are excited to announce that we are returning at the Don Cesar Beach Resort next year, May 12th through the 14th. So make sure you do block your calendars, and we'll look forward to seeing you next May. I'm here with Ken Banks, one of our active advisory board members. Many of you know Ken Banks. He is a longtime veteran in the retail industry. And I've had an opportunity to talk with Ken about some future initiatives that we're looking to do for the GRMA to bring more value to all of our members. And so we're here to talk about that a little bit about that today with you. So Ken?
Thank you, Stephanie. It's great to be with you again. And let me just add something. First of all, congratulations on a terrific GRMA. I've talked with several of the attendees, and all of them have said that it's the best ever.
Among the opportunities that we've considered for the GRMA are webinars, podcasts, webcasts, social networking with resources such as Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, which we are already on. We have a great GRMA blog. In addition, we have a weekly newsletter that the readership has been increasing significantly, and we're having a lot of success with the newsletter, so we're excited to keep bringing that to our members. But one thing we thought is simplicity is critical here. And it's important to develop a program that is going to require very minimal staffing and low cost to the association.
Well, that's right, Stephanie. When you asked me for some ideas that could be implemented, first of all, relatively quickly, and also ones that would not incur a significant capital investment or labor. Now, we thought that the program should be timely, first of all, and provide some opportunities for our membership to interact and take advantage of the information on their schedules, rather than at a fixed time and a fixed location that would make it difficult for them to get the information.
Right, and we wanted to bring something that is going to be of value to both our retailers and our partners alike, something that's going to be consistent with our mission, and that is bringing key retail marketing decision makers together with key partner suppliers.
And so after a lot of discussion, we recommend a monthly series of online discussions hosted by myself in one-on-one conversations with retail marketing CMOs and key marketing executives, as well as industry leaders with our key suppliers. Now, the interviews that we're talking about would last about 30 minutes and would be recorded using Skype and other web technology, much as we're doing this one. And it would be informal discussions, but they'd be structured enough to cover a key topic of interest to all of our members and all of our prospects as well out there. It would not be exclusively devoted to the interviewee's business or their company or projects that they're working on, but rather to get their insights and keep the focus on what would be the marketing and challenges and trends that are facing all of our viewers with a perspective from that particular executive that we're interviewing.
Can you clarify to the board members, are the viewers going to be able to interact with the interview or yourself live?
Well, that's a good question, and while having that interactivity that you're talking about is certainly desirable, we think that our members and the audiences as well will attest to the difficulty of trying to schedule and participate in these at a fixed date and a time, especially when we're talking about multiple time zones. We also want to make it easy for our guests, our interviewees, to fit it into their busy schedules. So what we're going to do is provide a spot on the GRMA website to submit questions, not only in advance, because we're going to promote our upcoming speakers, but put some questions on the GRM website. What do you want to ask this individual? And also afterwards, if they've listened to the interview and a couple questions came up, they can come back, ask the question online, and then we'll get the answers directly from the person we're interviewing after it airs.
Mm-hmm. And Ken, we've talked about this being a revenue generator for GRMA. How do you see this working? Would the viewers be charged a fee to participate, to view the...
Well, just as we make the annual forum as accessible as possible to many of our retailers in particular, we want this to be a no-charge program as well. And we also want our partners to be able to reach more retailers with their messages in addition to that. So the concept that we're looking at is a funding for this program would come from a sponsorship by key suppliers, possibly as one presenting sponsor for the whole series. Now, our initial projections are that an annual schedule of 12 monthly interviews could be produced for about $50,000. And this would include fees for the hosting as well as the production, and a portion of it would certainly go to GRMA to provide much needed revenue.
Can you talk a little bit more about, now it doesn't have to be just one sponsor, correct? And can you tell us a little bit more about what's included in the sponsorship?
Sure. Now, we could have a sponsor for each individual interview if that works better for everyone. The cost of the program would go up a little bit to $4,500 per interview. But not only would the sponsor get name recognition, we hear that a lot, in all of the materials that are broadcast and used to promote the interview. But we're going to also provide a minimum of 2 minutes for a message directly from the sponsor during the interview itself. It'd be like a commercial if they want. It could be an interview with a key executive of that sponsor to talk about what's happening with their company. But one of the things we want to do is make sure that it's as much of a benefit for the sponsor as it is for the interviewee and the viewer. And the good news, Stephanie, is that there's a minimum of expense going into this program, so the risk is pretty much non-existent. But the potential for GRMA, I believe, is tremendous. And this will be just the start of many online programs that we can provide to the entire GRMA membership and partners on an ongoing basis.
Well, thank you, Ken. I appreciate your time today, and thank you to all of the advisory board members. We definitely welcome your feedback, input, suggestion. So feel free to reach out to me directly or Ken Banks via email or phone, and we look forward to hearing back from you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Look forward to our next one.
Me too. Bye-bye.